I want y'all to pay attention to when Republicans clap during Biden's State of the Union.
The way to make the tax code fair is to make big corporations and the very wealthy begin to pay their fair share. Remember in 2020, 55 of the biggest companies in America made $40 billion and paid zero in federal income tax. Zero. Not anymore. Thanks to the law I wrote and we signed, big companies have to pay a minimum of 15%. But that's still less than working people pay in federal taxes. It's time to raise corporate minimum tax to at least 21%.
At least. More. But it's progress.
So every big corporation finally begins to pay their fair share.
And notice how the Republicans don't clap.
I also want to end tax breaks for big pharma, big oil, private jets, massive executive pay when it's only supposed to be $1 million that could be deducted. They can pay them $20 million if they want, but deduct $1 million. End it now. You know, there are 1,000 billionaires in America. You know what the average federal tax is for those billionaires? No. They're making great sacrifices, 8.2%. That's far less than the vast majority of Americans pay. No billionaire should pay a lower federal tax rate than a teacher, a sanitation worker, or a nurse.
And again, Republicans don't clap. They don't clap. They're elitists. They're elitists. Not popular.
Minimum tax for billionaires of 25%, just 25%. You know what that would raise? That would raise $500 billion over the next 10 years. And imagine what that could do for America. Imagine a future with affordable child care. Millions of families can get they need to go to work to help grow the economy. Imagine a future with paid leave, because no one should have to choose between working and taking care of their sick family member. Imagine a future of home care and elder care, and people living with disabilities so they can stay in their homes and family caregivers can finally get the pay they deserve.
That's so weird. Like, how come Republicans aren't clapping when they're talking about holding the rich accountable and taxing billionaires what they deserve to be taxed? It's almost as if they are elitists. It's almost as if they're not populist. How come Republicans don't clap when they talk about using that money to help universal child care? You know, protect the children. Protect the children. Oh, just from gay people like me. Just look at them. And now let me be clear. Democrats are not great all the time either. It's a gray area, you know, embrace the nuance. But there is good that is here. Under Joe Biden's administration, they passed and signed the Inflation Reduction Act, which put a 50% minimum corporate tax rate, meaning that no wealthy corporation, your Microsoft, your Amazon, your Starbucks, your Verizon, none of that, are going to pay less than 15% of their annual income for federal taxes. And now he wants to raise it to 21%, meaning that we're going to see more money in the future go for programs to help working class and lower class people. This is what government is supposed to do. Now, Democrats can go so much further. We need universal health care. We need so much more, but it's progress. And we cannot equate Republicans and Democrats as equally bad. Oh, they're just two sides of the same coin. No, they are not. They have differences, objective differences. Democrats are not perfect. They are crap when it comes to Israel and Palestine, unless you are progressive and at least trying to stand up for human rights. But that being said, they're not both equally bad. The excessive both sidesism that we can get into the dichotomy into is not helpful. The excessive both sidesism waters down the severity of Republicans' corruption so much to the point that they strategically do it and try to manipulate progressives into falling into that. And I'm saying that as a very staunch Bernie bro myself. And then often people say, oh, well, why can't Democrats go further? Why can't they go further? I don't know. Maybe it's because Republicans constantly stop them. You can't blame Democrats for sometimes when they have limitations. But where Democrats can be better is they can fight harder and campaign stronger on economic aspects of social justice as well. And that's why Republicans don't clap. is because they cannot stand any of this actual progressive rhetoric. But Biden, dude, if you really want to win re-election, do more of this. But then also, dude, call for a ceasefire. 61% of all Americans want it, and 76% of Democrats support it. So, dude, follow what your constituents want.